Okay, so Jalen Ramsey a couple days ago, I was interviewing him. They asked him about his coach, Doug Marrone. Now, Doug Marrone was the coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars still currently, and right now, as you can see, they having a down roll season at this moment. I mean, they started off 3-1, little promising with Blake Bortles. Man, he was being a little consistent. Defense was still upheld them. But now they lost, like, I want to say 10 straight of their games at this moment. And it's to the point that a lot of the players are not playing for them. People can blame that offensively, the way Black Boris was playing compared to last year when Doug Marrone, he actually led them to the AFC Conference Championship. Now, this was a team that that was the underdogs. This was the team that really did very successful last year. Went to the AFC Conference Championship, almost defeated the New England Patriots. So they had an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, man, and possibly face the Philadelphia Eagles. And Jalen Ramsey, man, great player. So far, he had 57 tackles, like 3 interceptions. The guy's playing out of his mind. And, people could say he's very arrogant. He does talk a lot of trash about his opponents. And he want to take off with Deion Sanders. Now, the difference is between him and Deion Sanders, back in the day when Deion Sanders was playing for the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys, Deion Sanders talked about himself. He was very flashy for himself, and he had a different motivation. His motivation was to make sure his mother is out of poverty. And he read books. He read a lot, man. I remember when they drafted him to the New York Giants. He didn't like their playbook, man. So he insists in going to a different team, but he used to read his playbooks, man. He used to understand like different corners of the opposing teams, man. Their offensive schemes. I mean, this guy was very talented, man. And people used to always wonder why Deion Sanders don't tackle. He was just like, you got to pay me more money. So. Back in the day, man, but he was amazing. Getting back to Jalen Ramsey, I see a lot of potential in this young man. He's 24, 25 years old. Great guy, man. I want to say, like, far as on the field, man, I mean, he really don't get in too many fights, but he's very competitive, man, and strong. And I love his awareness. And he pretty much, like, debatable a little bit better than Richard Sherman in a way, man. I believe, some people think he's wasting his talents playing with the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars at this moment, they just need another quarterback. Me personally, when they extended Blake Bortles' contract with $57 million. I think that was a bad move because at the same time you don't have enough salary cap to actually add additional players to help you with your offense and to get things going during the season. So you can see a lot of frustration that goes on with Jalen Ramsey and supposedly all the other players, man, on the Jacksonville Jaguars team. I mean, how you go from the AFC Conference Championship and not even making it to the playoffs at all? And, just being below 500, man. Just after losing the game against the Washington Redskins, I want to say 13-16. I mean, it goes to show you, man. And also, too, they lost to their division rival really bad, a couple weeks ago against the Tennessee Titans, man. They let Derrick Henry just rush them, man, and have, 4 touchdowns on them, man. So, it's not good, man. So, you can kind of tell, man, they really not playing for this coach. And so, he stated that, listen, I'm not worrying about nobody but myself. That's what Jalen Ramsey said. And people think that can be selfish. But me personally, I believe that that's a good response. It's a professional response. Because at the same time, you got to think about your health. You got to think about CTE. You got to think about your finances. You got to think about your future with this team. And don't get me wrong, it's not no disrespect to Doug Marrone or any other players. I know this is a team sport. Some people may disagree with this. But I'm just saying from my perspective, I agree with Jalen Ramsey. If I was in a situation and, somebody in my core is getting fired or a coworker, I'm like, well, I'm just worrying about myself. I mean, I care for them, but at the same time, I only can control what I can control. And I just think that's a man response. That's emotionally, that's really a great thing because you control your own destiny. You was born alone and you're going to die alone. That's just how it is. This is going to be. So how are you going to be remembered? So, I mean, at the end of the day, Jalen Ramsey has every opportunity in the world, man. He can go to a different team. This is not a trash cornerback. I mean, he is a very shut-down corner. And I just don't see no bad with this response. People on ESPN, you got Sports Center talking about Jalen Ramsey. He's this and that. He don't know what he's talking about. He's arrogant. He doesn't have no care in the world. He's very selfish. But I just think this is really a good response. I mean, what else you want him to say? I'd rather for him to be truthful than lie and say, well, I really care about Doug Marrone. I really care about my coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't want him to lose his job. I mean, at the end of the day, he can get another job. He can get a job out of college. In college, they play college coaches double, man, the NFL head coaches. He could be a sensitive coordinator. He could be a defensive coordinator, quarterback coach, running back coach. He can be all these major things, man. despite the National Football League being the head coach. So at the end of the day, man, I just think for the Jacksonville Jaguars, man, so y'all need to probably get another quarterback in the draft. I don't know if there's any good quarterbacks coming out in the draft. That's the thing. Get another. I think the running back core is okay, but you need to get some more wide receivers, man. I think Mercedes Lewis about to retire, so get a new tight end. So they in the rebuilding stage, and trust me, we've been there and done that with the Los Angeles Chargers at this moment, man. So, but I just think, just wrapping this video up, I have no problem with what Jalen Ramsey was stating that, man, he only needs to worry about himself, and I think that's a truthfully honest response from him. So, you guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, tell me what you guys think about this. Will you think this was unprofessional or professional? I want to hear your thoughts, man. Please comment, man. Let's engage. I'm out.